In the heart of Roanoke Island lies the town of Manio, a place where history lives in every corner. From the architecture to the stories that shaped it, Manio is a town proud of its past and committed to preserving it. Standing proudly on Budley Street is the Herbert and Ann Creef House, a newly listed property on the National Register of Historic Places. Built in the early 20th century, this home is a testament to Manio's architectural legacy and the craftsmanship of local hands. The restoration of the Creef House was made possible through the vision and dedication of the Fearing family, who undertook the task of preserving the property's original character while preparing it for a new chapter.
This particular property and project is special because as a child I grew up here with Timmy Creef, which was the oldest of 3 children of H.A. Creef, whose father and mother are the builders of the property. So when this property became available, it was a great excitement within our family to have the opportunity to work on this property, to bring life back into the property.
Where Malcolm was able to experience the house, the inside and the outside as a child, I wasn't. But all of my lifetime, it's been pretty much closed up. So I've always just really wondered what it looked like inside.
We saw an opportunity to make this property come back to life. And there wasn't a, hey, this would make a great such and such business. This would be a great office. This would be a great restaurant. It was a, what do we have to do to breathe life back into a historic property in Manio and continue to see Manio's star rise?
Much of what makes the Creef House special is its architectural detail and the skilled local craftsmen who brought it back to life. Every board, trim, and porch post carries the story of Manio's unique coastal charm.
The story about this project is the craftsmen and the people that worked prior on the property and that did the work for us. Lee Tugwell, which is former mayor of the town of Manio, his father was a trim carpenter on the property, and the other is our town commissioner, Ruth Stetson. Her grandfather was the builder of this in the 40s. We had to take some of the things that were on the building off to get it back to the 1940 era in which the property was built, and that was on the porches. The porches had chalice windows and had hurricane coverings, were not original to the building. Warren Meekins was one of the craftsmen that did the side porch and some of the fence work and arbors. The grandchild of Mr. Creef, Liz Ann Meekins Creef, gave us a photograph of what this porch looked like. And from that photograph, Warren was able to put it back that was sufficient to be approved by the National Historic Registry. And the next what we had to do is the windows. It took a crew of 5, and the crew leader on that was Antonio Tellez. They worked for 5 months, taking every piece of glass out, and there were over 300 pieces of glass that they took out. They had to sand the windows down to the original metal, prime it twice, and paint it twice after they put the glazing and the windows back in it. Terry Casper was our local welder who rebuilt the windows. On the inside of the building, one of the unique things and fun things that we did is the kitchen cabinets. To keep them in the original shape, we got a crew that were boat builders. They painted for the boat building industry. And those guys laid on their backs and turned upside down for a month or more. If you look on the handicap ramp we have now, Troy Manning out of Williamston replicated the rails on the front of the building, and that was quite a task. So all throughout the project, we had special people that did the work.
I worked with Dan Pizzoni, who was able to help us get on the National Register in a timely manner because we did a collaborative approach, where he is the master of all of the words and makes architecture look beautiful in writing. I was able to come take pictures of the property as we're going along. I was also able to interview and do local history with the family. You know, all of my life growing up, I was always told that it was a Frank Lloyd Wright house. In our research, we were able to find that it was Alfred Lublin. His architecture work is what was able to actually get us on the registry.
Preservation efforts like these are supported and amplified by the Manio Preservation Trust, a local nonprofit organization dedicated to protecting the architectural and cultural heritage of the town.
We are an organization that promotes the public's understanding of the architecture, the culture, and the heritage of our island. Most important things about preservation is that it creates a sense of place, that sense of the cultural continuity that is so evident here on Roanoke Island. And I think that's one of the things that makes Roanoke Island so incredibly appealing. People come here and they have that sense of history. That part of historic preservation tells our story. We preserve that in our structures, like the Herbert and Ann Creef house, but you also preserve that in the understanding of the people who were in those houses, who built those houses. One of the things that I think is so important about these preservation projects that are happening all over town is the historical integrity of our town, the sense of home and place here.
As more families, businesses, and visitors connect with Manio's story, each preserved building becomes a chapter in our shared future, a future rooted in the past. From the skilled hands that built them to the passionate hearts that preserve them, Manio's historic buildings are part of what makes this town a place to belong. Join us in celebrating the past while shaping tomorrow.